We're talking about lifestyles, and one of the lifestyles in America that all of us are just one mistake away from is the prison. We have the largest prison population proportionate to the overall population in the world, including China. In essence, we're a police state. And if you think that you're not a potential candidate for prison, you're mistaken. We live in a situation where any government agent can make anything up about you and put you away. Right now, there's a guilty man in prison named Bernie Madoff. As you know, he's the $50 billion man, and he was convicted and took his punishment rather quickly and without giving anyone up for obvious reasons. It was to protect, many people are saying, to protect his wife and sons and grandchildren from any further prosecution so that they can make off with the gains that he particularly got. That's what people are saying. Now, he is now claiming that he has cancer. He's now claiming he's dying of cancer. And he's now claiming he's taking 20 pills a day. A gentleman who is a Wall Street prison consultant named Larry Levine was on MSNBC, and he was talking. He's the man who coached Martha Stewart on how to handle herself in prison. Very interesting interview. Listen to it.
Inmates say he's taking about 20 pills a day for his cancer, and that he does not have much longer, in fact, to live. Rumors of Madoff suffering from pancreatic cancer are not new. However, the Federal Bureau of Prisons issued a statement saying Bernie Madoff is not dying of cancer. Bernie Madoff is not terminally ill and has not been diagnosed with cancer. The same jailhouse sources to the New York Post say that the Ponzi schemer has stripped off his shirt for Native American sweat lodge ceremonies. Done with other prisoners.
Can't make this stuff up.
Another prisoner told the tabloid that Madoff has been making friends with the gay prisoners. Is pretending you have cancer, if in fact that's what's going on here, an advisable tactic when you come into prison and are trying to protect yourself from whatever may scare you.
He might be looking for some sympathy, I don't know, from the staff, from the other inmates. But as far as him taking all these pills, it could be for heart medication, blood pressure, cholesterol, psych meds, thyroids, vitamins. Who knows? See, they go to pill line. He's in a medium, so he's probably not taking his pill bottles back to his cell. So he goes to pill line. They give him these little cups with all these pills in it. You've got inmates standing behind him. They're shoulder surfing, seeing, wow, Madoff's taking all these pills, and they're asking him what they're for, and he's probably saying, yeah, I'm dying of cancer, so he's trying to blow them off. This kind of stuff happens.
To the extent to which he's taken to a community, whether it's the Navajo Indian sweat lodge crowd or the homosexual crowd, how do you think he's doing?
Well, everyone's reaching out to him. I guess they want to be Bernie's friend. They want to have the notoriety that they're running with Bernie Madoff. To get into the sweat lodge, it's like by invitation only. I've been into the sweat lodge a couple times, and they've got these in all the prisons. It's a religious kind of thing. And they go in there, they take their shirts off, they heat the stones up, they smoke sage, they chant, they play the drum, or they smoke anything else they can get into the institution. So maybe Bernie's exploring all kinds of things.
Wait, let's pause right there. I got it. Now, why would an old Jewish guy want to go to an Indian sweat lodge? He could be smoking salmon in there. I just figured it out. Okay, go on. Let's see the... He could be smoking a salmon. Let's see the last one.
Let's break it down. You got the black gangs. Bernie's not running with them. You've got the Hispanic gangs. He's not running with them. And the white gangs are going to be the Aryan gangs. Well, they're certainly not going to take a 71-year-old Jew into an Aryan gang.
Okay, let's play the Indian music out of respect for the sweat lodge. And apparently Bernie's going into the sweat lodge where they can smoke things. All right, well, you got to respect all sorts of religions in America as long as it's not Christianity. That's the one religion you can put down, apparently, according to liberalism. Well, that was Wall Street prison consultant Larry Levine, another expert. Wherever you turn, there's another expert now on Bernie Madoff's life in prison and the rumor of pancreatic cancer. 1-800-449-8255. Life is a joke. In fact, I made a decision last night. Woke up in the middle of the night before going back to sleep for hours, and I came to a conclusion, which is that, yes, I'm on a banned list in England, but let them go to hell. Screw them, they don't deserve me. Yeah, I'll fight them. Yes, you'll buy the book or you won't buy the book. One way or the other, I'll get off that list or I won't get off the list. They're not going to besmirch my reputation because my reputation will outlive all of them. The fact of the matter is I've written over 25 books. I've done very good things on the planet, and I'm not going to let a bunch of incompetent, lying, thieving liberals from England undermine it. And so my legacy has already been written. It's not going to be rewritten by these thieving criminals, as I said to myself. But what do I do in the interim? How do I deal with this without letting it get to me, at the same time continuing to fight them? And I said, you know what? Years ago, you read Henry Miller. You used to read Henry Miller a lot 15 years ago. When you hit the same stone wall in your life and a different kind of stone wall, and you started reading Tropic of Capricorn, Black Spring, Tropic of Cancer, and Henry Miller had a view of life that it was all a cosmic joke. And, it really struck me as true then, and it helped me get through many a bad night. And I've used literature before, and I'm going to use literature again, and that's what I came to. Now back to the regular programming. Chicago, Ginger, you're on the Savage Nation. Go ahead, please.
Michael Savage, you are driving me crazy. You are not helping your cause when you perpetuate the myth of Obama being a professor. He never reached the heights of professor. He had degrees from Harvard, and he got a job as a teacher of undergrads teaching of some law classes at U of C. When he entered the room, they didn't stand up and say, "Hello, Professor Obama." They said, "Hello, Mr. Community Organizer Obama."
Okay, so he was a college lecturer, not a professor, is what you're... No, I understand the difference. I know the hierarchy. Obviously, it's something important to you as well. I use it for identification purposes, not for specific reasons unto themselves. When I say college professor, I say it with derision, by the way.
But no, that isn't how it comes off. It comes off as you are not helping your cause by calling.
Are you yourself a college professor? Is that why you take umbrage with my description of him?
What?
You didn't? Are you yourself a college professor?
No, I have 2 years of college myself. I never went.
Oh, so that's why you're an expert on whether someone is a college professor. Thanks for the call. Thanks for correcting me. I love somebody with 2 years of college correcting someone with 2 master's degrees and a PhD. I mean, she didn't even understand the sarcasm, but okay, look, that's life. North Carolina, Bill, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Mike, I had a cousin on that flight. Name was Sandra Rogers.
Yes.
They found only pieces of her.
Well, I can imagine that you're not too happy with the fact that Attorney General Holder apparently was involved in the approval of the release of the Lockerbie bomber to go home to die in peace in Libya. Well, you don't have to look any further than some of the traditional Scottish dishes, do you, to understand the thinking?
That's right. I love haggis.
And let's face it. There's more to Scotland than Scotch whiskey, which I am boycotting.
Been to Scotland 4 times.
What is the national dish? Isn't it haggis, sheep's intestines?
Yes, haggis. Yes.
Yeah, haggis. They eat sheep guts stuffed with what?
With it's in belly of a sheep, stuffed with parts of sheep and lamb.
Mm-hmm. Well, that may explain their thinking. It could have been lacking refrigeration for a few months before the justice minister got to it. He understands that the world's upside down. It's being run by radical liberals, and that's where we are. They're working for the other side, taking the side of Al-Qaeda, pretending that they're protecting us. I'm Michael Savage. We'll be right back.
Savage. Roger Hedgecock coming up at 7. Now, the Savage Nation on Talk 910 KNEW.
Right now, I'd like to take some calls from you at 1-800-449-8255. That's my phone number. From anywhere in the United States of America and England, 1-800-449-8255. Is that my number? What do you think thus far of the Party of One by Kalefa Sena? I got to tell you, I enjoyed the meeting with him. He's a great guy. I didn't know how it would turn out in advance. But if you have any comments thus far, I'd like you to call me at 1-800-449-8255. This is something I think mainly women are going to call about. I think mainly women read the New York. I'm joking. No, it's kind of like a woman thing to have the New York. But when I was a kid and there were kids who had a little more money. They had the New Yorker in the house. We didn't have the New Yorker. We had the Daily News, the Mirror,